Governor Reynolds has just wrapped up her weekly COVID-19 response briefing, and during that press conference, she talked a lot about vaccines and testing for COVID-19. WHO 13's Dave Price was at that press conference in Johnston. He joins us now live with more. And Dave, let's start with the nuts and bolts of what you heard.
Let's talk about supply. So overall, the governor said that she learned with her call with the other governors from across the country and the Biden administration officials this week that Iowa's supply of the COVID-19 vaccine will increase by about 24% starting next week. So that then can add to the state's overall efforts to vaccinate people. However, there are some adjustments. So as we know, there are two main vaccines out there. The Pfizer one, that's the one that has to be stored in the incredibly cold temperatures, colder than outside, but far colder. And then you have Moderna, which doesn't have to be stored in places quite as cold. So that one's a little easier. For Polk County, and the only county we know about is Polk County, their supply will be reduced on the Moderna side by about 2/3. And the governor and her administration said that some of this has to do with weather, with where they're shipping this product from, been dealing with bad weather. Here's some of that explanation.
Yeah. As you can imagine, and particularly because of the update Jerry just gave, there are some supply chain issues at the moment because of where the distribution centers for both vaccine manufacturers are located in the southern part of the U.S. We expect that to be made up within the week as the temperatures warm. We do shift Moderna supply at times because Moderna is easier to handle. In Polk County, we are very lucky to have Polk County as a partner that can take a pretty tremendous amount of Pfizer supply. They're uniquely situated to do that.
So Director Garcia said it is possible that the supply of Pfizer vaccine could increase to help offset this. Now, you know, there's kind of some complicated math going on here. If you get the Pfizer dose the first time, then you needed your second dose to also be Pfizer. Same deal with Moderna. So you're not going to get a Moderna shot, and then if Pfizer supplies increase later, maybe you get a Pfizer shot as your second dose. It doesn't work like that. But there is the possibility that overall Pfizer supplies could go up, and Polk County has the ability to store that because it has more access to that incredibly cold storage that is needed there. So for Polk County, that's what we know as of this hour. We'll see if we find out if they get notified that their Pfizer supply will go up. At this point, I'm not aware that that has happened, but Moderna will be significantly reduced, potentially by about 2/3 or so for the coming week. So we will see how that impacts the county's abilities, for example, to vaccinate teachers as Des Moines schools are going back in the classroom full-time in a lot of cases, and just primarily being the state's largest county trying to vaccinate people. One other headline quickly here, Andy, and that is the governor had previously talked about the state had entered in an agreement with Microsoft to deal with one of the biggest problems and biggest complaints that people have had about scheduling a vaccine, because scheduling an appointment to get the vaccine, which can be very complicated, especially for those who lack the access to technology. Microsoft, in theory, would have set up some kind of statewide website where you can plug in where you live and then you can get your appointment scheduled that way. Well, today the governor announced they're not going to do that after all, and she's saying that they are not able to interface a Microsoft website with all of the information from providers and jurisdictions across the state. Now, we have seen some other states that have worked in this effort, but the governor's administration said that she's not going to do that at this point. She talked about potentially your ability to call 211 to try to get this underway. So if you haven't been able to get an appointment any other way, call 211. Having said that, that system is not set up to handle this right now. You might get some kind of information if you call 211, but if you're watching right now, don't think that you can pick up the phone and call 211 and schedule an appointment. They are not equipped to do that. The hope her administration says is that they might be able to one day, but that day is not now.
And that's really disappointing, Dave. I mean, for weeks now, we have heard that this scheduling system was just about to come online. And now we hear today it's just been kind of canceled altogether. I will point out one other piece of good news, and maybe this makes up a little bit for that. She did kind of start off the press conference pointing out that Iowa is now doing a better job of getting the vaccines it receives from the feds into the arms of Iowans. Our distribution rate, administration rate, I guess, has gone up to about 70% now. So 70% of the vaccines we get here in the state have now gone into the arms of Iowans. We were way down on that list, right about 47th overall, I think, in America. Now we're up to 22nd overall. So we appear to be doing something right.
And some of these smaller counties have made progress with this. It's a lot more difficult for them to pull this off. It's hard for everybody to pull it off, but these smaller counties in particular, they don't have a lot of staff. And in the more rural areas, there's not that population base. Polk County has Des Moines. There are a lot of people in Des Moines, so you can get a lot of people vaccinated if you have the supply. In the rural parts of our state, it's a lot more difficult, where you may be asking somebody to drive an hour plus to get to wherever that site is. So they had to figure out the supply all comes in the same amount, essentially, so you may get a bunch of it, and you have to decide, how do you get it to everybody? So the counties are finding out ways to do this perhaps a little bit more efficiently. But bottom line, we have to underscore really the two complaints here. We still don't have the supply, even though it's going up. We're still not in a point where everybody can get one, and we're months away from that happening, but there is still no centralized appointment system, and that's what the governor said they were working toward. So they are going to have to find some other way to pull this off to help people get these appointments, other than you calling and calling and calling, or getting online and trying to do it repeatedly to get those limited and precious appointments at this point.
I know about it, no doubt about it. It is, and we are hearing from people just really on a daily basis of their frustrations with just getting that vaccine scheduled here in the state of Iowa. Dave Price, thank you very much. We'll talk to you a little bit later on.